Hi everybody, my name is Sera Jo. This week I'm co-hosting music lessons with Carlos. See you!
Welcome everybody to another live session in music lesson webinar with Carlos. Today we will cover different topics such as ear training, music theory, keyboard skills, chord progressions, and contemporary voicings. We also have some new piano tutorials, so stay tuned and let's get started. Okay, Sera Jo, thank you for borrowing us this clip. Yeah, so Sera Jo performing with Mark Lettieri, guitar virtuoso of Snarky Puppy. Yeah, then to one former student of mine, also there in the bass and drummer, I think Triple D, if I don't forget his name. Okay, good. So now we're gonna start. And let's do some ear training warm-ups. Triad Qualities. Good. Triad Qualities. Okay. I'm going to play major, minor, diminished, major flat 5, augmented, sus4, and sus2 triads. And so far we are going to go just for the feeling of the triads. Yeah, I'm going to play them in different keys. And you're gonna see if you can recognize the quality. So here we go, starting. Minor. Major flat 5. Waiting for a couple seconds, then I'm gonna call the quality. sus4. Augmented. sus2. Diminished. Major. Diminished. Major flat 5. Augmented. So now we're going to go to another level. Now I'm going to give you the key center and you have to visualize the root, the third, whatever third, even the fourth or the second. So we're using the term third freely. And the fifth. Yeah, so if I call C and I play this triad, so you recognize this triad as a C major and you're going to visualize the root, the 3 and the 5. So here we go. E flat. Minor, so you would have visualized the E flat, G flat, and B flat. Next one, G sharp. Diminished. Next, D flat. sus2. Next one, F. Augmented. Next, A. Major flat 5. Next, E. sus2. Last one, F sharp. Minor. Okay, that's a nice warm-up. yeah, with triads, and now I want to move on. I want to start with scales. Today we're going to, no, I want to work with chromatic scales first. Chromatic scales. And I would like to spend time with F, the key of F. Why the key of F? Because we're working with blues in F. One moment. Yeah, we're working with blues in F. And we're gonna need to warm up, yeah, with all our solfege syllables within the key of F. Maybe I can even zoom in a bit. Okay, perfect. So now, we're on the key of F. Now we're gonna sing our chromatic scales ascending and descending in F while we play. Yeah, we're gonna play and sing. So here we go. Do, di, re, mi, fa, fi, sol, si, la, li, ti, do. Descending. Do, ti, te, la, le, sol, se, fa, mi, me, re, ra, do. Good, so now we're gonna go to another level. We're gonna sing and we're gonna touch the notes, but we're not gonna play them. Why are we touching the notes? So kind of to connect our musical memory of that note, yeah, with the actual kinesthetic feel of the note. So you can do that with the bass or the guitar too. So here we go. So just touching the key. Say good morning, Kota. Yeah, good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, yeah. Old students from Musicians Institute in okay, excellent. So now we're gonna continue. Do, di, re, mi, fa, fi, sol, si, la, li, ti, do. Now descending. Do, ti, te, la, le, sol, se, fa, mi, me, re, ra, do. Okay, good. So now we did our chromatic scale in treble clef. Now we're gonna work in bass clef. Okay, bass clef, bass clef. So we're gonna play a triad. That's gonna be our pedal point. We're gonna play a bass line, yeah, and we can do this with a bass, with a guitar. So we're gonna play and sing at the same time. Here we go. Do, di, re, mi, fa, fi, sol, si, la, li, ti, do. Descending. Do, ti, te, la, le, sol, se, fa, mi, me, re, ra, do. Okay, now we're gonna take it to another level. We're gonna still play the triad, but we're gonna touch the keys or the strings, but we're not gonna actually play them. So we're gonna sing, but we're still connecting, yeah, the kinesthetic feel, yeah, of how it feels on the instrument, on the piano, the guitar, on the bass. So here we go. Do, di, re, mi, fa, fi, sol, si, la, li, ti, do. Descending. Do, ti, te, la, le, sol, se, fa, mi, me, re, ra, do. Okay, good. So now we warmed up with our scales, yeah? There is one more skill that I want to do, but I want to do this maybe later today. I would like to work with my natural minor scales, yeah? So, and I want to work with all my modes. And I want to work with all my modes in all 12 keys. And as you can see here, there is a very nice layout. So we have our natural minor scale, and we have, let's say we're in A. So we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. And then we have also our solfege syllables, do, re, mi. Remember our chromatic scale. The chromatic scale contains all the syllables, me, fa, sol, le, te, do. It is very important to know our modes, our altered modes, our hybrid scales in all 12 keys. And we should use solfege, yeah, to kind of be able to navigate. The beauty about solfege, it creates a language type of relationship, movable do solfege, that doesn't change from key to key. So it's easy to transpose, and also it's easy to correlate, yeah, the meaning of all the notes with chord scale harmony. Okay, since I'm already here, we're gonna sing and play. So here we go. Key of A. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. And we're gonna go to our next key. Now we're in the key of D, D natural minor. We're gonna sing. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. This is a nice workout. I'm gonna leave it online so you can just refer to this one. Yeah, we're gonna do this in all 12 keys now. Natural minor scales in all 12 keys. Okay, let's go to G. And here we go. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. Let's do it again. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. And let's move to the key of C natural minor. Okay, we have here the scale. Let's sing it together. Sing and play. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. Let's sing it again. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. And let's move to the next key. Let's move to the key of F, F. Now we're gonna sing together. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. Let's sing again. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. And let's move on. Let's go to the key of B flat and natural minor. So B flat. I'm playing the 1, 4, 5, 1, 1, 4, 5, 1, which would be 1 minor, 4 minor, then 5 minor, yeah, because we are in an Aeolian mode or natural minor, and then we go to the 1. Now we are going to sing. And do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. Our scale. Let's sing again. Do, good. Let's go to another key. Let's go now to the key of E flat natural minor. E flat natural minor. I'm gonna do our cadence. And here we go. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. Let's sing again. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. And let's move on. See, I'm not even using, so this is interesting. I had my graphic here. We have E flat, natural minor, but we have to get used to the enharmonic, which is D sharp, natural minor. Yeah, same image, same notes, but the meaning is different. Yeah, so some people actually feel very comfortable with E flat natural minor, but once we change to D sharp natural minor, which is equally as useful, then start losing their perception. So now, here we go. And do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. Let's play and sing again. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. Okay, let me turn my piano volume up a little bit. And let's move to the next key, G sharp natural minor. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. Yeah, we should have done a cluster. Yeah, next time. Yeah, what is a cluster? I'm playing all the notes of the lower tetrachord and upper tetrachord together. Lower 4 notes of the scale, upper 4 notes of the scale together. Why? So I can have the image, I can have the visual image of the scale. That's super important, especially for jazz players, contemporary musicians, which are trying to enhance their chord scale mastery. Yeah. So now, G sharp. And let's sing and play at the same time. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. And let's sing and play again. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. And let's go to the next one. One moment. Let's go to the next key. Let's go to the key of C sharp natural minor. Let's do our cluster first. That is C sharp natural minor cadence. Now we're gonna sing and play. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. And let's sing and play again. Let's move on. Let's go to F sharp natural minor. Let's do our cluster. Our cluster. Okay, welcome everybody joining. We all have to practice together. Kota, as I used to say, okay, let's practice. Okay, good. So now we have F sharp. And we're gonna sing our scale in F sharp. Here we go. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. Let's do it again. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. And let's go to the next key. Then we're gonna go to B natural minor. Let's do our cluster. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. If you forget, you have here the note names. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. Let's do our cadence. 1, 4, 5, 1. And here we go. We're gonna sing. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. Let's sing again. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. Okay, good. Let's go to the next key. Let's go to the key of E natural minor. Let's build a scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. And that's the shape. That's the shape of E natural minor scale. Let's do the cadence. 1, 4, 5, 1. See, when we are in natural minor, we don't have a major 5. We have a minor 5. It's kind of a modal. We don't have a tritone on the 5. Yeah? So it kind of gives it a modal flavor. 1, 4, 5, 1. And now we're gonna play and sing. And do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. And let's sing and play again. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, le, te, do. have a couple more keys. No, this is it. This is the last key. E natural minor, because we started with A. We started with A, which is relative to C. Then later on, I'm going to talk about relative in parallel keys. You know, relative keys is very important now. Then parallel keys is going to be super important once we deal with modal interchange. Okay, I want to do one more musicianship drill, which is intervals. Intervals, and let me see. Intervals. Okay. Why do I emphasize intervals so much? Well, I'm always into working on developing my own musical perception. So when I talk about developing my perception, is that whenever I look at the keyboard, or even I could look at a score or a DAW like Logic Pro, yeah, but in this case, just my keyboard. It is not a random assortment of white and black keys, but it is extremely meaningful. There are like millions of shapes which they already have meaning. Yeah, I already gave subconscious meaning, and boom, they just pop up. And then I can play with them and I can recognize, and whatever I intend immediately takes shape effortlessly. Yeah, to me that's perception. That's the building of perception. Yeah, I know when I started to talk about those things 20 years ago when I was teaching at Berkeley, or maybe more, 25 years ago when I was teaching at Berkeley, everybody thought, oh, Carlos, what have you done? You know, this is kind of foo-foo stuff. Well, today, yeah, there are many universities which are now exploring those aspects of how to develop perception in relationship to some learning disciplines. Yeah, so here we have, so building perception. Let me digress a bit. So let's say on this side we have language. So we have solfege, movable do solfege. And on here we are going to have all our visual skills. Yeah, and how we're going to visualize things. And of course, it's not just visual, but also the feeling aspect and the auditory aspect. So it's more like a visualization. Yeah, and a very important aspect of virtualizing or visualizing is learning to see and feel all our intervals. Yeah, from a minor second to a major 13, ascending or descending. Yeah, that's part of this system. So I've been working with different intervals, and I think from next week I'm gonna start again the cycle. This is so important. I'm gonna start my cycle from a minor second all the way to a 13th. Ascending and descending, and we're gonna use cycles. So if you can see here, I have my cycle of fourths, and then I can have different cycles, like the cycle of fifths, cycle of minor thirds ascending, or minor thirds descending, major third cycle. See all the configuration of how to go through all 12 keys changes, yeah, and then I can have my major cycle or whole tone cycle, ascending or descending. And most people don't use this cycle, the augmented fourth cycle, but it's so important. Why not chromatic cycles? And let's start with our cycle of fourths. Yeah, and now I want to work with augmented fifths. Augmented fifths, 4 whole steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is enharmonic to a minor 6. So when am I going to use an augmented fifth, and when I'm going to use a minor 6? So well, that depends on the harmony. So how about if I want to play A flat major triad in first inversion, or even just a first inversion here on my right hand, but an A flat triad. So then I have a minor 6 between the third and the root. Yeah, that would be the correct way. How about if I want to play an augmented 7 chord on C? Then I have an augmented fifth between the root and the fifth. Yeah, and also even scale-wise, A flat major. I have a minor 6 between the diatonic, the 3rd degree, and the root. But how about here with my augmented 7 chord? I'm gonna use a whole tone scale. So I have an augmented fifth between the root and the sharp 5 or augmented fifth. Yeah, the 5th degree of the whole tone scale. Now, in this system, we don't associate intervals with keys or chords or scales. None of that stuff. We see an interval as an individual, independent space entity. Why? Why do we do that? So we have flexibility. Yeah, so a minor second, we can just morph it and take it whatever. Yeah, or a major 13th or an augmented 4th or a sharp 11, we can just take them wherever. Yeah, we are not wasting mental space. Yeah, by thinking about a certain key, and in a certain key there is a certain degree, and that degree moves up, and finally I get that intro. Oh boy, now just a space, like a color. We go to our room, we go to any room. Oh, this is yellow, this is brown, this is black, this is red. You know, all the colors are evident. Yeah, they're already integrated. There is the least amount of effort and movement. Yeah, it almost reminds me a little bit about the Russian piano technique when I was studying with my teacher, with Stephanie Tiernan, who studied with Madame Shalov. Yeah, she was so much into the ergonomic aspect of playing, using the least amount of effort. Almost that sounds like martial arts. Using the least amount of effort to be able to move a finger, to be able to move our hands. Yeah, so this is the same, but more on the mental level. Okay, 4 whole steps. We're gonna do cycle of 4s. Yeah, so we're gonna do C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B, E, D, D, and G back to C. So here we go. We're gonna build them. 4 whole steps. C, ascending, everything ascending. C. And we're gonna go to F. B flat, an augmented 5th from B flat. E flat, augmented 5th from E flat. A flat. Or we can see it as 4 whole steps. D flat, G flat. And I'm always changing hands. This is more like pianistic. Yeah, B. I'm changing hands, even crossing my hands. E. A. D. G. And I'm gonna go back to C. Yeah, for this type of practice, I'm kind of zooming in more, but let's say if I would zoom out and show you my whole piano, my whole keyboard, yeah, I would be doing this. Yeah, I would be working with all the spaces and crossing my hands. And why do I do that? In order to develop spatial freedom. Yeah, so I don't know if you were here in one of my earlier classes. I talk about the 7 keyboard spaces. One is 2 hands in the middle, 2 hands on the bottom, 2 hands on top, 2 hands in the middle crossed, right hand on top of left, 2 hands bottom crossed, top crossed, wide apart. Okay, so those are the 7 spaces. Yeah, if you're a keyboard player and if you just do those 7 spaces, it's like, whoa! Yeah, in 30 seconds you feel a little bit more alert, musically alert. Yeah, and we're gonna use the same mood of moving our hands through those spaces when we work with our intervals. So now let me zoom in again so you can see my hands more. Okay, now we're gonna go into augmented 5ths, but descending. So 4 whole steps. I'm starting here on C. Yeah. Oops. Well, this is a C, but I'm just gonna use the C for now. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 whole steps. That's an augmented 5th descending. It looks like a minor 6, but we're gonna learn to perceive it also as an augmented 5th. Okay. Now I wanna change cycles. I want to go here to a different cycle. How about cycle of 5ths? Yeah, cycle of 5ths. So I'm going to start with C, G, D, A, E, B, G flat or F sharp, D flat, A flat, E flat, B flat, C, and F and C. Okay, here we go. We're going to build them. Going down, C, 4 whole steps down. Next one, G. Okay, augmented 5th, descending, D, 4 whole steps down. A, E, we're gonna build them. 1, 2, 3, 4. B, 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, if you count, yeah, that actually is gonna translate into the memory, into the perception. So counting is actually not bad. Yeah, what I don't want you to do is to try to think, oh, augmented fifth, maybe it's in relationship to this chord, to this key, from this degree to that degree. Oh boy, if you think like that, the band already left you. Yeah, so we wanna use the least amount of mental movement in order to create those musical perceptions. I don't know if I can say it better. Okay, G flat, D flat, A flat, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 whole steps. E flat, B flat, 1, 2, 3, 4 whole steps. F, and C. So now, after we are done building, then we want to take it to another level. Okay, take it to another level. So let's practice this to another level. And I'm going to change my cycles here. I remember, maybe all my former students remember my cycle page. I used to come to the Musicians Institute and give all my students my cycle page. Okay, so maybe you still have copies of those. Okay, we're going to use this cycle. So this cycle is C, E flat, G flat, A, D flat, E, G, B flat, D, F, A flat, B. Some of the flats, they could turn into sharps too. It depends on the function. Yeah, I haven't put the alternative because otherwise it would occupy too much space. Okay, now we're gonna practice. Yeah, and we're gonna take it instead of building, we're just gonna play. Okay, and I'm just gonna name the root and I'm gonna play C, E flat, G flat, A, D flat, E, G, B flat, D, F, A flat, B, C. That is how we should practice. Now, let's do the same, but now descending, and I want to change cycles. I want to do cycles of minor thirds descending. So I have a C, A, G flat, E flat, B, A flat, F, D, B flat, G, E, D flat, and back to C. Okay, so now, augmented fifths, cycle of minor thirds descending. C, A, G flat or F sharp, E flat, B, A flat, F, D, B flat, G, E, D flat, and C. And that's it. That's our interval workout. Okay, good. So that's enough of musicianship. If I do too much musicianship, everybody gets a headache. So now let's do some cool stuff. Some cool stuff. And Sera Jo. Okay, one moment. Sera Jo has been very gracious, and she has lent us her collection of blues tutorials in all 12 keys. And I want to do blues in F because I have also the chord progression written out. Actually, I'm going to write the voicings in all 12 keys. Yeah, so that after we watch a video tutorial, we can go and immediately say, okay, here we have, you know, four-way closed voicings, open voicings, chord scales, and all of that. Yeah, so why don't we watch? Okay, what a nice video tutorial. I wish I would have that material when I was a student. So what I want to do is I want to just go back and I want to check some of that. I want to, oops, what did I do? Okay, I want to check that bass line. Yeah, so we have that bass line. Okay, so that's very interesting, yeah? So then if we have a F on top, yeah, we have this root, 5, root. Then we're jumping into the flat 5, yeah, which we're jumping into a chromatic note. But what's happening? No, we're resolving by half step into the root of the next chord. Root, 5, root. And then I'm gonna go to the flat 5 of B flat, resolving into the root of F. 9, 3, 4, root, flat 5, resolving into the root of the next chord, 3. And let's move on to the next measure. Okay, next measure, I'm in B flat. Then I have a B flat, a root on the bass, 5, root, 5, B diminish, root, oh, oops, root, flat 5, root, you know, bass players, you know, I don't know, Kota, you know, you are an acoustic bass player, maybe you can put some, write some comments, you know, I always see that, you know, jazz bass players, they love to do those octave and more than octave jumps, especially down, yeah, and they resolve into a chromatic note, and then immediately they resolve into a chord tone or the root of the next chord, and that's actually a very hip, yeah, way of constructing bass line. So we have a diminished chord on second measure, root, flat 5, root, root. Then we have F7, root, 9, 3, 4, A minor 7, flat 5, root, flat 5, D7. I'm gonna use a flat 13 on this one. 3, and let's go to the next. Okay, so here we have the last 4 measures of a blues form. So we have the 2-5, yeah, G minor 7, root. I'm gonna play the bass line down an octave. It sounds nicer for me. Root, 9, flat 3, major third, chromatic note, 2, C7, root, 9, flat 3, which in this case is a chromatic note, to 3. Now I have a turnaround, 1, 6, 2, 5, 1, flat 7. Then the root of the D7, flat 5 of the D7, resolving into the root of the G, flat 5, and resolving into the root of C, jumping into the flat 5, and eventually I'm going to resolve into the root of F, F7. So now why don't we watch the video again? Yeah, so now we analyze the bass line. Yeah, we're going to have a better idea. Yeah, so here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you, Sarah. Now it's time for us to do our homework with the F, blues in F. Okay, what do we have here? Oops, what do I? Okay, why am I seeing this? Okay, much better. Okay, last week we talked about those close position voicings. Yeah, so I'm just gonna cover them quickly. Yeah, and they are 4-week close tension substitution voicing. So F7, but how about, I don't have an F in this voicing because the F is implied. The bass player is gonna play the F. I'm playing the 9, and instead of even the 5, I'm playing the 13 instead. Why don't we go through those voicings? Last week I just played them slowly. Now I just wanna put the backup track. Yeah, not too fast. How about I have my backup track in 110 beats per minute? That should be fine. Let me see. Okay. One moment. One moment. Okay, so we're gonna repeat this chord progression twice. Yeah. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, and. Turn around. 1, 6, 2, 5, 1. Good, yeah, so that's kind of a review of what we did last week. Now I want to take it to another level. I want to work with open voicings now, open voicings. And I want to start from the top. We have an F7, okay? Then we have those 6-note voicings. So that's it, what we would call voicing in fourths. Okay. Some of my students are already asking me, Carlos, can you analyze this? Okay, I wasn't going to analyze, but I'm going to do it. Okay, so here we have A, flat 7, 3, 39, 5, and root. Yeah, and that gives us a very nice voicing. Yeah, in fourths. Now we're going to go to B flat. So my 3, flat 7, 9, 13, 9, and 5. That's another voicing in fourths also. We have a third here in the middle, but that's okay. Still the same flavor, yeah, voicing in fourths. Now we're gonna go to the third measure, F. Same voicing, yeah. If you see, I'm keeping this structure, yeah, on the right hand. The G, C, and F. And then a lot of things are happening on my left hand and on the bass. Yeah, that gives the whole structure a different meaning and a different color. Let's go to the fourth measure. So we have the fourth measure. We have here a C minor 7 with the 9. See, my right hand keeps those same 3 notes, and I have in C, flat 3, flat 7, 9, 5, root 11. Yes, 11 on a minor 7 chord. And an F. We analyzed this chord already. We go back to B flat. We analyze this chord. Now this is very interesting. The very last chord, we have a B diminished. So I'm gonna have my flat 5, my root, my flat 3, my diminished 7, 9, and 11. Ooh. I love this chord, yeah? So what do we have in this chord? We have actually 2 triads. We have this B diminished triad, and we have the C sharp minor triad. Okay, and the way it's voicelet is the B diminished triad, second inversion. And here we have this C sharp diminished triad. Maybe we could have spelled this note as a G sharp. Yeah, but it's an A flat because it's acting as a diminished 7, as a 7 of the B. So probably this is better. Yeah, A flat, C sharp, and E natural. Now we're gonna go here, back to the F7. Then we have a 2-5. Yeah, A minor 7 flat 5. See, we are still having that voicing in fourths with the right hand. I have my flat 5, flat 7, flat 3, root 11. Yes, an 11 of an A minor 7 flat 5. And then my flat 7 on top. I'm gonna go to the D. I have my 3, flat 13, flat 7, flat 13, flat 9, and I have my flat 5 or sharp 11. No, in this case, because it's a flat 13, flat 9, I'm not going to analyze. I'm not going to go. But just trust me. Yeah, it's a flat 5. And then we have a G minor 7. And I have my flat 7, flat 3, 5, 9, 5, and root on top. Then C7. 3, flat 7, 9, 13, 9, and 5 on top. And then I'm going to repeat some of the voicings that we already have, but in my in a turnaround. So 1, 6, 2, 5. By the way, pianists, you know, or arrangers or producers or songwriters, anybody who's working on their piano skills, this is very important. Yeah, the 1, 6, 2, 5. Yeah, and this one this little pattern we should practice in all 12 keys with different configurations, different voice leadings, and if it's in different open voicings, yeah, why not? So 1, 6, 2, 5. I'm gonna play voicings but without accompaniment first. Yeah, I'm gonna play the root and then jump into the voicing. 1, 4, 1, 2, 5, 4, a sharp 4 diminished, 1, 7, 2, and I have my 2 and 5, turn around. Okay, let's practice. Let's practice with some backup tracks. Yeah, we're gonna play this progression twice. 1, 2, 3, and. Let's take it up a notch. Yeah, that was 110 beats per minute. Let's play it 140 beats per minute. Yeah, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, and. Okay, one moment. One moment. I think I'm gonna play again. I think the bass was a little bit too loud. Okay, let's see. Let's play again. 1, 2, 3, and. some nice open voicings. Yeah, nice open voicings for an F7 blues progression. Okay, good. We have done a lot today. Yeah, we did our warm-ups, chord scales, natural minor scales, intervals, blues in F with bass line, and now we're doing open voicings. Next week, what I would like to do next week, I want to work with tension substitution voicings. I want to work with this voicing, yeah, which is the sharp 9, 3, flat 13, flat 7, yeah, and we're going to work in all different inversions, in all different keys, yeah, so this is a must. This is a very, very unique, very common voicing, yeah, that we actually need to work with this one. And also, I want to work with continue with my merengue piano series, yeah, so next week we're going to continue piano merengue and a dominant 7, flat 13, sharp 9 voicing in all 12 keys. So then it's time to say goodbye until next week. So thank you for being with me in this live broadcast. We covered a lot of material and we're going to continue to do so in our next class. I'll see you next week, same time, same channel. Until then, have a wonderful week, practice your instrument every day, and listen and play lots of good music. See you next week.